What's up, you guys? Chantel checking in here. I'm back again with another video, and today I'm going to be honest with myself. So there's been something that I've been holding back, or I've kind of been doing under the table, and I just didn't want people to know. But now I'm just at a point where, fuck it, I'm grown. Either you like it or you don't. Fuck you. But before I jump into this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Let's jump into it. Okay, so I am a dancer. I'm a dancer. I've been dancing off and on for 2 years. When did I start dancing? How did I get into it? Well, I started when I was 21. Okay. Normally the age where most women, girls, I say girls start stripping is fresh out of high school, 18. But not judging, because everybody's situation is different. I don't judge anybody. I'm not God. I feel like only God can judge me, so who the fuck are you? But the normal age is 18. And when I first graduated high school, stripping was not the first thing that was on my mind. Honestly, truth be told, it wasn't the first thing. I was in a relationship with this like my high school sweetheart. And the only thing on my mind at that time was, oh, I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna finish college. We're gonna get married. We're gonna have a white picket fence. We're gonna just have the whole 9 yards. The typical American dream. But long story short, that shit didn't work out. So we broke up when I was 19. I'm working from 19, 20, boom, 21. I was working at this museum, which it's not an actual museum. Like, I don't know if you guys ever heard of the City Museum, but the City Museum is stationed in St. Louis, Missouri. It is basically a big ass playground for children and adults. Like, it's a big ass playground for children and adults. So the job was cool, everything, bi-weekly paychecks, but right in that moment, I was staying at my granny crib at the time. And right then, within that moment, I was just like, I need some more money. Like, I don't want to work 2 9-to-5 jobs. Like, I already did that already. Like, I was working 2 9-to-5 jobs, busting my ass for bi-weekly and weekly paychecks, and that shit still wasn't enough. Like, it wasn't enough. Like, one thing I will say, them bi-weekly paychecks, like, y'all, the cost of living is going up. I don't know how the hell they think $10 an hour is supposed to do something. Like, you gotta think about that. Taxes, all that shit taken out. Once they get down to it, like, you only left with maybe $300-400, which ain't even shit. So within that moment, I was just like, I need some more money. So this guy I was friends with at the time, I no, I actually waited before I called him. Like, I thought about it and I made the collective decision to start stripping. Y'all, let me tell y'all something, okay? So my first actual audition was at this club called Larry Flint's. And I went, and y'all, I was scared as fuck. Like, let me tell you, I was scared as shit because I've never been in that type of environment. Like, I've only heard about it and seen it on social media, but to actually be in it, It was a totally different ball game. So I had bought these, these dancer shoes. Couldn't even walk in them bitches. Bought dancer shoes. Bought this simple little black outfit. It's kind of like a swimsuit. You want to tie the top, and then like swimsuit bottoms. Simple, stylish, cute. Yeah, but simple. So I go and we got to fill out this paper, y'all. My stupid self. I they have like a bunch of like questions. Like half of the questions I wasn't even like comfortable with answering. Like it asks you, what's your favorite sex position? How many people you had sex with? What was the dirtiest thing you ever done? Mind you, at the time, like I'm 21, but at the time, like I wasn't, like I really didn't have much shit to tell. So I'm thinking, oh, you're actually supposed to fill it out like you as a person. No, you're actually supposed to fill it out, and they're gonna talk shit about you, and you just make it funny. So I'm actually writing down shit that me myself, not my alter ego, but me myself, that I like and I enjoy, which made me seem lame as fuck. So I hand over the paper to the guy or whatever, and their manager comes and they're like, okay, well, you can change in the bathroom. You sit, you wait over here. So we waited, and I was watching the other dancers dance. And let me tell y'all something. My first thought when I seen those girls up there dancing, I was just like, wow, like that's some cool ass shit. Like, damn, like that's dope as fuck. But at the same time, I was just like, oh, they're like nude. Like, ain't no, oh, I'm a shoulder. No, they're like nude. And that part made me nervous as shit, because I was like, bro, like, I only get nude for myself. And I have to go up here and, dance around and sashay for some fucking strangers. So, it was me, and it was like, I think it was like 7 other chicks. And I was just like, you know what, at this point, I kept telling myself this, and I felt like I honestly psyched myself out for saying this. But I was like, oh, I'm not gonna win. And it's funny, how they talk about manifesting shit that you want. You speak that into existence. That speaking things into existence, positive or negative, that shit happens. So I spoke it into existence so much that I actually didn't even fucking win. I didn't even place third, for crying out loud. I got knocked out in the first round. So I kept psyching myself out, and when it was time for me to go on stage, I had like a bullshit ass name too. I don't even know what the fuck I called myself. Oh my god, it was such. Oh my goodness, it was a bullshit ass name. So they called me to the stage, and I got up there, and their DJ, I had no idea. Mind you, I felt like I was signed, like, fucked up. I feel like somebody was preying on my downfall. So I get on stage, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm just, like, dance around. Mind you, in this club specifically, they were like, you can't twerk, you can't shake your booty. But at that time, I didn't know how to twerk for real. So I was like, cool, well, you ain't got to worry about me twerking, because I can't even twerk. So when they called me up to the stage, I'm like, okay, well, I'm sashay, I'm dancing around, I'm going to get nude. But little did I know, the paper that we filled out, the DJ was reading that shit out loud. And y'all, when I tell you my dumb ass wrote a bunch of square ass shit on that paper, I look lame as fuck. And half the shit I didn't even fill out because I didn't know how to answer it. I couldn't answer it. And and the DJ is like reading off the paper, and he's like, oh, bruh, this bitch is lame. This bitch is lame. Like, she don't do shit. And when that motherfucker said bitch, I completely stopped, like, right on stage. And you're not supposed to do that. That's why I got knocked out the first round. So he said bitch, and I stopped. And I was just looking at him. I gave him the most, like, meanest ass stare. Like, nigga, what? Like, he's talking like shit a mile long about me. It's hella people in there. They're laughing. Like, mind you, I've never experienced no shit like that. So I'm like taking the shit personally, but really, he's saying this shit to, that's what they do. DJs talk shit, they say a bunch of shit. You just let that shit roll off your shoulders. But me, knowing how super sensitive I am, I'm like, you're disrespectful. Like, like, I didn't say anything, but my body language and the way I was shooting this nigga daggers. I was like, look, you got me fucked up. So, um, so he's still talking shit, and then I like take this off, and I'm on the floor, trying to do some floor work. I can't even hit a split, can't even do shit, can't even bend over. Like, I'm just like, have y'all ever seen like the Wiz or the Wizard of Oz in like the Tin Man so stiff, and this motherfucker need oil to loosen up? Like, that's how I was. I was the fucking Tin Man. So then I got like down on the floor, and then he was like, bruh, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? He talking about this bitch addicted to Percocets. And when that motherfucker said that, I was like, so y'all gonna let this motherfucker talk about me? And ain't nobody say shit. People was just looking at me, and I was just like, let me hurry the fuck up and get the fuck off the stage. So once I finished and got down, and they called the rest of the girls up there, I got knocked out the first round. So once I came back home, I told myself, I was like, I don't want to do this shit. Like, this stripping shit is not for me. Like, I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna just find another 9 to 5. Which I did, and that shit didn't work. And I was like, you know what? Let me just try again. Let me try somewhere different. And the club I work at now, PTs, I called them, and they were like, yeah, come down on a Wednesday, audition, and you'll get hired. So, my guy friend at the time, I called him. I was like, hey, I'm going to go audition. Could you take me to this club? And he was like, yeah, I got you, like, etc. Blah blah blah. Mind you, my hair was not done, y'all. Like, the way my hair looked now, it didn't look like this, but it was like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, if I put grease or some shit on it, it'll straighten the fuck out. So it was kind of like that, but it was like still like curly, and it was like pulled up into like a fucking pony, I would say. Like, I used to have like rubber bands, and I used to put that shit up, and then like tuck my hair underneath. Basically, my hair was looking a hot ass mess to me personally. Still had like the same shoes and outfit that I auditioned in and stuff like that. I watched everything, and then I went down there. But, like, mind you, on my way down there, like, my heart was, like, bumping so motherfucking fast. Like, I was so scared that I stopped at the fucking corner store, like, literally up the street from the club. Like, stopped at the corner store. Was like, I have to get some liquor. I have to get, like, faded first. So I bought, like, 2 little tiny-ass bottles of fucking Patron. And I'm sitting up in the car, and I'm, like, downing these bitches down the street. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm relaxed. I'm cool. Because I honestly, like, my biggest fear was not to be embarrassed how I got embarrassed the first time. And I just didn't want that to happen again. But this time, the club I work at was way smaller than the first club I went to. Got 3 stages, and it has, like, a pole right in the middle of the middle stage. And then a big-ass bar, and then, it wasn't that big, honestly. So, I looked around. I was like, all right, well, this club not that big. And all right, it's not that many people in here. And I was like, well, I already know I'm going to have to get nude. I already know that. And, I filled out the little form, and I came up with another name for myself. Now, y'all, mind you, I have changed my dancer name I don't know how many motherfucking times. Like, at this point, I just call myself whatever the fuck I feel. But the dancer name that I chose at first was Bree. Simple, generic, you know. Um, so I filled out the paper and they were like, all right, go to the back, get dressed. Y'all, when I stepped in the back of the dressing room, like I thought they was gonna take me like to the bathroom or some shit. But but they were like, yeah, go back to the dressing room, etc. And I went back there and I seen those girls and I was just like, oh, like they naked back here. Like they full blown, not naked but nude, like full blown nude back here. And I go back there, get changed, and I come back out and I'm just waiting and I'm so nervous. I'm sitting next to my guy friend. I'm like, what if they don't hire me? Like I'm so nervous. Like my hair's not done. Like blah blah blah. And you know, he was real supportive and etc. And he was just like, no, you'll do fine. You know, they like you. Blah blah blah. So mind you, I have 2 left feet. Didn't know how to dance. None of that shit. So when they called me to stage, like I went on stage. You know, sashayed around. You know, got nude. A guy tipped me, so I was like extra geeked. So once I got down, the director was like, oh, you're hired. And I was like, me? You? What? For real? So he was like, yeah, you're hired. So I filled out my paperwork and I was hired like right there on that Wednesday night. And that was 2 years ago. I still dance at the same place. But what I will say is, once this corona and quarantine shit is over, like a bitch trying to get out of town. Like, get out of town, go make some money out of town. Like, yeah. But I still dance at the same place now. If I wish I had footage of like myself when I first started. Like, y'all, I was complete trash. Like, you're never perfect when you first start. Like, I didn't know how to climb. I didn't know how to twerk. I didn't know how to do any fucking thing. I didn't know how to do nothing of a pole work. I didn't know how to do shit on a pole. But if I had to compare myself to how I look now, I look totally fucking different. Like, I would say, am I way better now versus when I first started? Yeah. Yes. I've improved a lot. The only thing I still can't do is a split because I don't even stretch enough or long enough to hit a split. But I still work at the same place now. And been off and on for 2 years. And yeah. So that's pretty much the end of this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'll probably upload a part 2. I don't know. Let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next one.